Good morning, good morning, good morning, Periscope. This is Kelly Ramsey. My voice is still quite a bit raspy this morning, a little slow. Wake up, get up. Hey, Darren, good morning. And so today is Friday. We made it through the week. And if your week was anything like my week, you're excited that it's Friday and that it's a 3-day weekend. Hopefully you don't have to work and you can relax and enjoy your family and have some fun, right? Fun, fantabulous Friday. That's what we want. Actually, we want it all weekend long. And so this morning I'm a little tired because I was just really exhausted yesterday. So when I got home, I went to bed and tried to take a nap, which I never do. So I slept from 6 to 12, 6 hours. And then was wide awake and couldn't get back to sleep until 4. And so interrupted sleep in me don't do well. So these are the results. So a scraggly voice and just like, oh my God, can I go back and lay down in my bed? But I can't because I got to be responsible and go to work and do what I'm supposed to do. And so today I was thinking about just driving in, how we are so sometimes in our own mode and so stuck on getting our tasks done and whatnot. And we tend to forget that we actually exist in a big giant world and people are around us. And so sometimes, especially if you are a perfectionist like me, and you like to get things done, you don't like to wait on people, we tend to go it alone. We tend to try and figure it out on our own, do it our own way so we don't have to bother with, bothering other people and talking about the stuff till you dry in the face and it still doesn't get it done. But there's a benefit in team. There's a benefit in doing it with someone else. And the benefit is not always about you. Sometimes the benefit is about other people. It's about them belonging. It's about giving them a place to fit in and letting them know that they matter, because everybody matters, right? Even the person that gets on our nerves the most, because I have some of those people in my life, they still matter, right? It still matters. And so there's something that was in them that they were brought to the team to bring. And it could be maybe they just need to be a part because they've always been on the outside, right? And I'm not saying people don't need to have skill, because you do need to have skill, but every part of the team matters. It takes all of us. And we also have to sometimes do things, good morning, Latara. Sometimes we have to do things that are part of the team that may not directly benefit us, but there may be a comment that we make or something that we share that's beneficial to the group or beneficial to the people who are listening in or whatnot. And so I was thinking about that. And then I was also thinking about looking at the Facebook posts I've seen this week. And we are such a self-centered nation and self-centered people. And so how often are we bringing in others to the conversations, to the work that we're doing, and not making the work about us, right? And our agenda and how we can take offense, right? And be offended at something someone has said or tried to correct us on. And then we take this whole platform on that offense and we think that we're doing the right thing, but we're not doing the right thing because we haven't allowed anyone to come into that circle, right? We have all these rules and we have all these ideals. I'm at Brown's Bakery, actually, sitting in front right now. And I've walked forward and a young lady was walking towards me. And immediately she adjusted her clothes as she walked. And I just smiled and said, good morning, right? Because we're always in that mindset, if we haven't healed completely, that I'm not enough or that I haven't did what I need to do or I'm comparing myself to you. And that's no way what, was in my mind walking towards her. It just happens today. I had no kids. And because the kids are at their sister's house. And so my makeup is done. My hair is combed. And so I look refreshed and whatnot. And so she was, thank you. So So I can just imagine, because I could see it in her face, that like, oh, I met her, like, is my blouse all right or whatnot? Like, be who you are. But sometimes people don't get those messages. Sometimes they only get the messages that they're not enough. And sometimes those messages come because we're not inclusive. We're not including people. We work really hard in my work life and in my business life. Work is 9 to 5. Business is my business. To make sure people feel a part of the work that I'm doing. And it was eye-opening. This week I met with a new client and we were talking about mission statements and vision statements. And I explained to her, what my vision is and what my mission is as developing people. And I said, so when you finish your session with me, you should have experienced what I said my vision was, what my mission was. And so I began to talk about discovering, developing, and launching, discovering the greatness of who you are, and developing your skills, your talents, your abilities, your goals, and then launching it into full effect, right? And so as I was sharing that with her, it just was like a light bulb that this is not just one little mission statement of developing people. This is a life work of Kelly Ramsey, that this is how I operate and work and treat people in everything I do. And one of the questions she asked, she said, how do you help people discover, their God-given potential? Because I was saying that the idea is to discover what you were sent here on this earth realm to do, right? What God intended for you and purposed in you when he created you as his creation to fulfill. And so as I was sharing that with her, I was saying that's not like a one-time thing. Boom, you go through the session, you've discovered it. But it's a lifetime commitment that unfolds in different ways for different people. But if I don't ever give time and space to help develop that, whatever idea, vision, dream, vision you have, is not going to be in its full effect if it's not tied to what you are supposed to carry out. Because I can't carry out anybody else's destiny. I can't carry out anybody else's work. That's why you see these awkward fits of people who are taking a part of someone else's work, making it their own, or trying to make it their own, yet it does not fit in with what they're supposed to do, but they can't make it fit because they don't know. They haven't sought God long enough to know what is it that he has designed and desired for me to do. Not my sister, not my brother, not my boss who has an awesome ministry that I'm going to tag onto. What is the specific thing that God has ordained you to do? And when you find that, that's where you move in. That's the groove that you are in. And there's no denying it. There's no denying it. It's the perfect fit. It's like the glove and the hand. And I know that's probably a bad analogy, but the glove and the hand, it fits. It's yours. It fits. No one else knows. It's like the seat. Like my husband's Jeep, his body has like grooved the Jeep into his groove, right? So when I drive his car, my legs are hocked up on one side. My bottom doesn't fit in the chair because his body has sunk into the seat and it is in his groove. That's what it's like. It's like you're sitting in someone else's groove and it doesn't fit your body form, right? But when you find it and you do it, it fits perfectly. It fits and aligns with every area of your life. And the other piece is that it's not a struggle. It's not a struggle to come up with the ideas. It's a knowing that this is what I'm ordained to do and I carry it out. And I've been discovering these things about me and begin to speak them out because I didn't always believe that it fit or I fit, right? Because I was trying to fit into someone else's mold. And so when I discovered, like, girl, you are, and I would tell myself, talking in the mirror, like, girl, you are an awesome systems manager. You can create systems that work. You can see people and you see things in systems and it works. I was like, oh, that's what I do, right? And so when I get into that vein, boom, I'm able to do it. Somebody else be like, I don't know where to start. I don't know how to even begin because I'm overwhelmed by everything. And I can create a system, a checklist and say, boom, 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 here's what we're going to do. And they get relief because what? That's my God-given ability. Teaching, that's my God-given ability. Visionary and creating an idea or a thought out of nothing, that's my God-given ability, right? So you take all three of those. I take all three of those and I weave them into developing people, my business, and my daily life, and it yields results. So this is like Friday. I guess this is my Friday, like give you like tips, something or whatnot, because it's not the fun, let's go have fun or whatnot. But don't do it alone. That's the message. Take someone with you. Take someone with you in this journey and give of yourself, but also receive from them. Don't be a taker. Don't just be taking in all the resources and free stuff and you don't yield anything and give anything back. That is selfish, and that is not the will of God for your life, okay? So that's the message for today. As you go forward in your Friday, be sure to keep that in mind and see, yes, I know. We'll talk later. But as you go forth in your Friday, keep that in the forefront of your mind and evaluate yourself. See where you're doing that and not doing that. Darren, I don't know if she's still on here, but Darren is the master picture of bringing people along, bringing her team along. And over all the years I've known her, she has always been about team. She's always been about bringing in the masses, whoever that is, growing them up and admonishing them. She is the master at that, right? And so when you see those demonstrations of it, you can see the results of people who are tied to her in her work, in her family, who depend on her for that motivation, right? And so you recognize that in other people. But selfish people, I mean, I'll just be honest with, selfish people get on my nerves, right? When we're only considering just ourselves. It just works me to high heaven. So I must be the one to help to solve that problem. That's what Mike Murdoch says. He says, if there's an issue that gets on your nerves, then you're the one created to solve that problem. So I guess that's my solving problem thing. So have a great day. I'm Kelly Ramsey. You can connect with me here on this is Periscope, on Facebook and Periscope. You can go to our website, developpeople.org. And we would love to have you be a part of what we're doing and just be encouraged today and take someone else along with you. All right. Bye-bye.